Hi, hello everyone. This is Nepali sir from ANR Academy. Today we are going to discuss how to find the vector along bisector of given two vectors. See the concept. Suppose that there are two vectors A bar and B bar and we need to find angle bisector of A and B. The concept is angle bisector of given two vectors A bar and B bar. Suppose that A is a vector in this direction. Assume that this is A bar. Next, another vector B bar. Suppose that this one is the vector called as B. And this is the angle between A bar and B bar. Here, you need to find the angle bisector of A and B. I am going to bisect the angle here. So actually this is the angle bisector. But you need to find this angular bisector with the help of A vector and B vector. Here these two angles are same, so that here I am going to mention theta on both the sides. To get angle bisector, what I am doing, observe, I am going to reduce both the vectors A bar and B bar into unit vectors. Only one unit vector I am going to select along the direction of A bar, and also select one unit vector along the direction of B bar. Then what happens, observe. Suppose that this is one unit vector along B and this is one unit vector along A. You know that unit vectors are denoted by A cap here and B cap here. When you join these 2 points, suppose that this is some P and this is another point Q. Joining these 2 points P and Q, this angle bisector must passes through middle point of this line segment. So that here I am going to mention middle point as capital M. So M is clearly middle point of PQ when you reduce both the vectors A bar and B bar into unit vectors. So that I can say that angle bisector of A and B, that is clearly here you have the vector OM vector. OM vector is angle bisector of both A and B, and clearly M is middle point of PQ. So I can write by division formula, it is OP plus OQ whole divided by 2. What is OP vector from this figure? That is one unit length vector. So that notation A cap here, I am rewriting this. Therefore OM bar equal to A cap plus next OQ bar, that is B cap whole divided by 2. Now the vector along the direction of OM, that is angle bisector. To write in general angle bisector, you have to multiply some lambda to the vector OM. If you multiply with 2 times of OM, nothing but, actually this is OM, 2 times of OM. Suppose if you write lambda value 2, then what happens? Its length double. So you will get up to here. This is also angle bisector clearly. When you increase OM length, suppose 3 times, 4 times or 5 times, whatever it is, the angle bisector must be along this vector OM itself, so that the vector which is along the direction of OM is clearly angle bisector. Due to that reason, I am going to write some lambda into OM vector. Also, here, if you select in the negative direction, opposite to A, if you extend with same length but just opposite in the direction, implies this is the vector denoted by minus A bar. Next, opposite to the direction of B bar, if you select a vector just opposite to the direction of B, another vector I am going to select. This is clearly minus of B bar. See here what I am doing. Suppose in the negative direction of B bar, if you select unit vector, unit length up to here, so it is denoted by minus B cap. And when you join these 2 points, suppose that this is some P dash, here there exists another bisector. This is also called as bisector of this. Also it is passing through middle point of P and P dash. P is unit vector along the direction of A bar, and OP dash, that is unit vector, it is along the negative direction of B bar, and middle point of these two become, suppose M dash. I can write here this O M dash, O to M dash, also it is along the direction of angle bisector, and OM dash written as, here this is unit vector A cap, next in the reverse direction of B cap, so that it is plus of minus B cap whole divided by 2. Due to middle point, midpoint formula, average of unit vectors here, so that one is A cap and the other is negative direction of B cap, so that OM dash become A cap minus B cap divided by 2. And also angle bisector, you can write some mu into OM dash, that is the angle bisectors along the direction of OM dash. Due to that reason, some mu into OM dash is written, where lambda comma mu real numbers except 0. If you write 0, you will get 0 vector. So except 0, any real number you can write, that gives angle bisector of both A bar and B bar. So from this it is very clear that they are along the direction of A cap plus B cap and A cap minus B cap. So that here I can say that here angle bisector along A cap plus B cap and A cap minus B cap. And suppose if you get unit vector along bisector of given vectors a bar and b bar. Let us discuss this. Just now we discussed about angle bisectors. If it is a bar and if it is b bar, then to find bisector, first you have to reduce both a and b into one unit, so that a cap b cap, and clearly suppose intersection origin, and then bisector must passes through middle point of this, and clearly OM vector, that is average of a cap plus b cap by 2, and along this direction you have angle bisector, so that angle bisector written as some lambda into OM, that is something into a cap plus b cap. And in the other direction, if you write, you may also write a cap plus or minus b cap. But here the requirement is unit vector along the bisector of both a bar and b bar. So now I am going to find unit vector. Unit vector, it is along this is along the bisector, right? So to find unit vector, you know that if there is a vector a bar, then its unit vector written as a cap, written as a by modulus a with plus or minus sign. And here only one case I am going to select. Suppose if it is a cap b cap, this vector written as along the direction of a plus b, so that lambda times a plus b. Here it is lambda times a cap plus b cap. It is middle point denoted by a cap plus b cap by 2 due to parallel lambda into a cap plus b cap. Now unit vector. In general, if there is a vector a bar, its unit vector denoted by a cap equal to given vector divided by its magnitude. So here given vector is angle bisector is clearly lambda into a cap plus b cap. Whenever it is given vector a bar, we are writing given vector divided by its magnitude to get unit vector. So here lambda multiplied by a cap plus b cap whole divided by its magnitude, modulus lambda into a cap plus b cap. So lambda gets cancelled and we get a cap plus b cap divided by modulus a cap plus b cap. And in the reverse direction also we get another angle bisector, that is with a negative sign, so that you can express plus or minus. So this is the concept of angle bisector of unit vector, which is along the angle bisector of given two vectors. Thank you so much.